What up, y'all? It's your girl Goldiie, and you ain't on any mission unless you rockin' with the vision. Bars.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Vision, Leaders of the New School. I'm Angel Antonio, sitting here today with the multi-platinum selling singer-songwriter Goldiie. How you feeling today?
What's up?
I wanted to jump right into it.
Okay.
So, what motto or advice do you live by?
Honestly, I mean, it's kind of cheesy, but it's not. It gets me through. But I'm a firm believer that you can do whatever you want to do, as long as you put it out into the universe, the universal answer. Especially in the industry, if you're, an aspiring musician or anything creative. Like, for me personally, music is what feelings sound like. So as long as I can feel, I can create music.
What distinguishes you from what most will refer to as competitors?
I mean, I would say the fact that I don't have any fear in this. I'm not afraid to lose. I'm not afraid to win. I'm not afraid to be myself. I'm not afraid to be ridiculed or judged or talked about. I'm not afraid of anything. I do what I want to do, and I do what I was born to do. I just think that if kids could tap into that kind of magic and that kind of realism in this day and age, music can be saved. Like, it's not dead. People are just lazy. Get up off your ass and go get what you want. Because they weren't great because they just fell out of the sky and they were aliens and they were great. They were great because they were disciplined and they were focused and they sacrificed. They didn't have a life outside of this. So if you're not ready to give up your life as you know it, to be focused and to be a machine for this shit, then you might want to start thinking about something else. Because only the strong survive, but that doesn't mean that you can't do it. It's just a matter of what you choose to do. Either you will or you won't. There's no half-ass in this. There's no in-between. Either you want this shit or you don't.
That's right.
And if you don't, or if you want to wait for somebody to hand it to you, there's going to be a person like me come and run that ass over and get to where I got to go because I really want it. That's the only competition, is yourself. How fast can you move? How diligent can you be? How disciplined can you be? How focused can you be? How much rejection can you take without it breaking you? And to still keep going and tell people, hey, it's not for nothing. Yeah, I just got told no like 10 times, but it's cool. There will be a yes. Oh, somebody gonna get this work up in here. Somebody. I don't know who it is, but somebody gonna get it because I work too hard.
That's right.
And there's no way you can put that kind of time and energy and passion and sweat and tears and sacrifice into anything and something fruitful not happen. The world just doesn't work that way.
How were you discovered?
I was discovered in 2009, I believe it was. My former manager at the time had a friend in the industry that had a JV, a joint venture, for those who don't know, with Universal. So he took me to him, everything went smooth. We ended up having creative differences, so I branched off and did my own thing and just stayed with Universal. And they really had my back, the first 2 years were kind of slow, it was a little rough, but it paid off. I mean, because as time went on, I started getting more and more placements and things started, really happening for me. So I have to say that, all things are not a negative, even though they seem they're a negative, because that situation that had negative energy on it actually catapulted me to where I was supposed to be. So I'm not even mad at it. I gotta say, you know what? Salute. Thanks for screwing me over. It worked out.
It made me stronger.
Yeah, absolutely.
You made me stronger.
Absolutely, and I'm not dead yet. I don't plan on going no time soon.
What are some of the works that we've had the honor of listening to, of enjoying, of partying
to? First of all, I had a #1 record in Germany for my own solo artist project. It was just a leak, and it ended up debuting on the MTV Urban German charts at #1. It stayed on #1 for like 6-8 weeks. I also co-wrote 7 Streeters single, Should Have Been There. I have 3 songs on the legendary Chris Brown royalty album. I did Picture Me Rollin', I did Who's Gonna, Nobody, and I did Little Bit. And that is also me singing on the hook, so I was excited about that because he left my voice on there as like a low-key feature. I'm working with Demi Lovato and Christina Aguilera on their upcoming projects. I just landed 2 on TLC's comeback project. I'm also going in for T-Waz's project, so I'm really excited. I mean, you can check all that stuff out. The stuff that's already out, you can check it out now on iTunes, Anywhere it's Chris Brown, so you can find it. Don't play me.
What creative strategies did you use to execute and get to this point in your career?
You know what? It's funny because I use a lot of just like intuition. Like it sounds crazy, but I mix intuition with logic and a plan.
Yes.
So if my goal was to get to Chris Brown, then that means I have to go through the channels. I have to place myself in a position to get me further up the ladder to get to him. You know, so I would set up certain sessions if I knew that somebody had written for him or produced for him, or, you know, knew somebody that knew somebody that knew somebody, and it went from the whole 6 degrees of separation thing to me standing in front of him. It took some time, so you do have to also exercise patience. It took like 5 years. But when I finally got there, my reputation had preceded me so much that everybody was just like, yo, she deserves to be here. She has worked so hard and focused and like strategized her decisions and her sessions and what she's doing in her line of work to be able to accomplish this goal that nobody deserves it more. So I'll be plotting in these streets, bro. I'll be plotting to get what I want. You know, not to harm anybody, but just, you know, to further, to further myself. Like I believe in working hard for what I want. Everybody's like, work smart, not hard. But to me, working hard is working smart. Because you have more channels to choose from. The more work you put out, the more avenues you have, the more opportunities you have for something to come back. You know? So just dropping golden nuggets out here all over these streets and hope that some of y'all pick it up.
You know, leaders of the new school.
Hey,
that's why you're
know?
here.
Bars.
I want you to explain to the viewers something you understand clearly, but it's difficult to learn.
What it really takes to make it in this game. Like, I get it, you know, and a lot of people, they want the fame, they want the fortune, the riches, they want the notoriety, they want the status, they want the lifestyle, you know, the cars, the clothes, the groupies, the this and that, but it's like, that's gonna come regardless. Like, if you chase a dollar, you'll always be chasing a dollar. If you chase a dream, the dollar's gonna come.
Yes.
You know, so that's one thing that I see a lot with like upcoming artists or even artists that are already established. You know, a lot of people have the wrong insight, if any at all, as to why they're doing what they're doing. Once you understand that if this is your purpose, the path will lay itself as long as you do the work. You know, and it'll guide you to your destiny, to where you have to be. And it sounds all spiritual and like cliche, but it's real. And so that's what I mean. Like, I understand that things like that are real. You know, that energy is real. What you put out really does affect what you receive. If you're putting out, oh, that's not realistic, I'm never gonna be like that, or there's no way I can get to this person, or I don't have, or I can't, like those words never come out of my mouth.
Never.
What do you mean? What does that even mean?
Yeah.
That's something I don't understand. Like, what, you can't? Why? You're breathing, you're alive.
Exactly.
There's people with no legs winning Olympic medals, so why can't you?
Exactly. Why can't you?
Because you're in your own way. As soon as you get out of your own way, you can do whatever you want to do. It's all here. We all get the same 24 hours in a day.
What do you want to be remembered for?
Being my motherfucking self. That's what I want to be remembered for. When people think Goldiie, I want them to be like, yo, she might have said some crazy shit in her day, but she was herself. She never compromised her dignity of who she is as a person. Even in the evolution of her brand or her as an artist, she might have grown and evolved, but the core of her will always be the same. That means the most to me, to be able to save lives or inspire lives. Like, that's better than a check to me. You know, to have kids come up to me and be like, yo, because of you, like, I feel like I can do this. Like, all the shit you went through is not for nothing, because it just helped all these people over here. Even the people that don't want to give the props and be like, yeah, you helped me, you can still see it. You can still see it. That's all right. You ain't got to tell me. I know my DNA. I know what I'm looking at.
That's right.
I know where you got it from. You know, and that's cool, because those that came before me did the same thing for me. I was inspired by Chris and Brandy and Michael and Whitney and, you know, Prince and the best of them. They had crazy work ethic. sleep in the studio for weeks. You grew up in the industry, you know how it goes. It's rough, man, but it's worth it.
Yes, it is.
So when I die, I'll be a legend.
One last thing. What's the vision for Goldiie? Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Ooh, lit with like an entire room of accomplishments. I see myself evolved. I see myself matured. I see myself mentally and spiritually expanded, and that kind of like transcended into my music. I see myself as an influential figure in pop culture for our generation. My vision is to be the voice of my people. Yeah, 5 years from now, I hope to be sitting in your seat, inspiring other kids and doing awesome things like documentaries and exposing the truth about the industry and the things that happen behind the curtains and behind the glitter and glamour. You know? You're an inspiration too.
Thank you.
You give kids like us an avenue to talk to other people. You're the plug, bro. You're the plug.
Sis, I want to thank you for taking the time to vibe with the vision. Let everybody know where they can find you online.
Man, I appreciate you having me. Vision is lit.
Leaders of the new school.
Leaders of the new school. Classes in session. So you all can find me on Twitter at golden_shooter. That's GOLDEN_SHOOTA. Also on the gram, you can hit me up at GOLDIIES_world. That's Goldie's World. Hit me up, follow, I follow back. I'm not untouchable, unreachable. If I see it, I'll hit you back.
Let's get it. You got me smiling and we going back. There's so many kids. Whoever sees this will be so inspired.